Hello, wrestling fans. We are back again. This is Discuss Impact. I'm JaySin, along with the Horror King, Gary.
Hello?
Gary, what the hell?
Can you find me?
Okay, Gary sounds like Gary stole someone at the moment. We'll get to him in a second. Apologies for last week's sound issues. I got a new laptop and I was hitting sounds and they just weren't showing up on Skype. So it sounded like, hey, I'm going to throw it over to, and then there was no sound for a few seconds. So that sucked really bad. And, okay, we got some headlines. Kushida's new #1 contender. We have spoilers, which we will get to at the end, around the 30-minute mark, probably. Shout out to the Impact Wrestling fan group on Facebook. And how do you feel about Nick Aldis leaving, Gary? Are you hurt? You crying over there?
Well, I know for months I had mentioned I would have thought maybe bringing him in would have bolstered the heavyweight division, but really lack of bodies right now. Probably I probably wish for something that probably should have never been, because I don't know. I just kind of got the feeling he didn't really give his all while he was there. Because I mean, he didn't look all that vested in the product. So no, I'm totally not. I'm not broken up that he's moving on.
I was never a big Aldis guy. I mean, I thought he was fine. I thought he did a good job on like NWA or whatever. And I feel like once they made him heel, it was like, I don't know, it was kind of like a punch to everyone. You know what I mean? Like at least the people that knew him from NWA.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know if it was probably he needed certain pieces to kind of feed off of. At least in NWA, he had your Tim Storm and some guys that could make him look that much better. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a case of really not knowing what to do with him because they didn't know how long they'd be having him.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with him being gone. No big deal at all to me. Was never a big fan, but yeah, it does hurt a little bit because like they have not much of a main event scene on the men's side. But yeah, we do have spoilers. So maybe something changed, which again we'll get to at the end there. But yeah, the main event, actually both main events are rough right now because, well, this isn't a spoiler. I can say this, right? That Deanna was not at the tapings or she didn't wrestle. So, I mean, having no Deanna and no Jordan, and then even Aldis, I mean, I hate to throw him in with those two goddamn awesome, incredible monsters, but it's a body,
Well, I seen somebody on the Asylum say something about Jordan's kind of been staying close to the cuff, if you will, with Impact, kind of almost hinting that she's not gone fully.
I think she's definitely coming back. I mean, her husband's there. I mean, she had the, what the hell do you call it? Like her body changed so much. You know what I mean? Within months from like the workout competition, and she clearly needed a break.
Oh yeah, creatively, you probably, was going, you get drained.
Yeah, like seriously, look at her body changes from, you know what I mean? From when she was like shredded at that one point for the workout competitions, but whatever. Yeah, I'd love to see her back. And I really, really hope Deanna's not gone, but we don't know. So Kushida, that was surprising and I think pretty cool that he won Ultimate X at Slammiversary, and I'm calling him the #1 contender, even though maybe not, but yeah, I think he is because he won that thing. And what do you think he has a chance of winning?
I honestly do, only because like it would make for. I mean, no knock at Leo Rush, but there's a lot of controversy surrounding what went on with Chris Sabin, and was he injured or more or less was it a storyline? I'm leaning towards storyline, just because in that backstage segment with Gia, she kind of approached. Well, didn't kind of. She approached.
Yeah.
Shelly, and he kind of was like dumbfounded by it all, and he didn't even have anything to say, which was kind of hilarious in a way. But he looked kind of pissed in a way too. So I don't know if there's something going on. Like maybe they're trying to say there's been some bickering between the two, and like Shelly blames him for, I don't know, maybe losing the tag team titles. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Larry had to tell me that because I didn't kind of catch it when it was happening. Our producer, Larry, who gives Impact a lot of crap, but at times I think he knows more than me, which is kind of frustrating, but whatever. Like he sticks up for things, and he kind of gives like a great reason why, and I'm like, screw you, whatever. So really fast, I put up a poll this morning. Which is more interesting right now, Masha and Kelly or everything else? It only got 4 votes, but they were all for Masha and Kelly. Just want to give them a little love on how goddamn awesome and interesting and everything about them being fantastic right now.
And
also,
we need to.
Sorry.
We should probably throw out there their tag team name is MK.
Oh, yeah.
Ultra.
Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea. Only thing I could think, all I could think was the Ultra part. Is I know there's only because my daughter is big into makeup and stuff. Ultra, the stores where
not even close. Get ready for this.
What's that?
Again, thanks to Larry. MK Ultra was an illegal human experiment program designed and undertaken by the CIA to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used during interrogations to weaken people and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture.
Whoa. No, I've never heard
and like there's sex stuff in this, like brain manipulation, you know what I mean? Like that's a great fucking name, man. Just looking at those two, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely perfect, because with Masha being Russian and with the mind control things that they just said that went on like in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. Like no one's mentioning it, but I feel like it's Masha like kind of controlling Kelly, even like in a sexual way. I don't know.
It's definitely more clever than
and it's more adult. Credit. It's more adult, more clever, everything. Also, we had a poll on Slammiversary grades, and I was kind of shocked at this one because, again, this is an Impact Wrestling fan group. Okay, so there's no haters in here or anything. 73% gave it a B, 21% gave it an A, 6% gave it a D. What would you give it out of those 4? I'm going to guess you're going to say B.
Yeah, but I'm going to say
you could also say B+. We can do that. We have the power.
Yeah, probably leaning towards a B+, but probably not hit on a B+. But I was going to say, it was definitely better than our standard TV that we get. So, I mean, that's all you can add. I mean, you want the home run pay-per-view, but... Yeah, but on the other hand, the bar is set so much higher each year for Slammiversary because to me nothing will beat that Sami Callihan and Pentagon Jr. Slammiversary up in Toronto at the Rebel Complex. That was a sick match, and I mean that thing was like epic. I mean, Jay, if you have never seen that, or anyone listening tonight, if you haven't seen that match, make sure you seek that out on YouTube and give it a watch.
Okay, I got to mention, which I think is my favorite match of the night. I'm not sure. It was hard. I feel like there was a lot of good to very good matches. Nothing like fantastic, so it was kind of hard to like. But I really enjoyed Eddie versus Kaz, which I think would surprise anyone that knows me because it was like kind of a long, straight match with like no, the ladies were out there, but there was no gimmicks or anything.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I was also watching with my boy Robles, and he was so goddamn excited for Eddie, it became like infectious. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if you caught it, like I don't know, somewhere around the midway point of the match. The fans out in the crowd were like saying, "This is awesome."
Yeah,
which is very, which to me is very rare. No knock on Kaz since he's been in Impact, but I can't recall a time where I've heard that being chanted when he's wrestled.
Yeah, and I got to give credit to Alicia again, who even group members are pointing out is doing an awesome job now. And, I swear, no offense, no one used to talk about Alicia other than Robles, right? I mean, I think we and you both know that.
She's been, amazing, as a heel. Yeah. I think she's even been, in a lot of ways, just as good a heel, if not better than Eddie in some regard.
Oh, yeah. And I like how she's leading Eddie out now. Yeah, Eddie has his head down in the hat, and she's all bitchy, with the the face and whatever. I don't know. I think it's great. I love it.
I think she's embracing the heel part of wrestling too, and you can tell she's out there. She's having fun, which is good to see. So I'd like to see more of this Alicia heel.
And I'm guessing she just wanted to do shit. She was around there for so long.
Okay.
Okay, really fast. Sonata is returning to Impact at Emergence. Now, this is interesting because I actually looked at this fast and I thought it was the multiverse show. So I'm guessing he's going to do the multiverse show and Emergence. Because who's not going to do the multiverse show, especially if he's?
Yeah. Do you have the date of that?
Emergence?
Emergence, you said? Okay, yeah. It's August 20. No, I don't have it off the top of my head. Maybe you have the poster up for it or not, Jay. I don't know, but
August 27th, I want to say, even though I literally just moved it from my screen. So, when is the multiverse show?
That's the week before, and which, as long as we're kind of delving into that, we might want to mention Speedball is going to be in the All-Star is it a junior fest the night before
New Japan thing.
The multiverse on August 19th at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, PA. So he's
very interesting.
So he's there the night before the United.
Okay, a lot of people also said this was a reset for Impact Wrestling or a reboot. Did you see it that way?
Oh, most definitely. It is. I think it's probably one of the biggest Slammiversaries I've ever seen for so many title changes.
Yeah.
It felt a complete reset. And I don't know if that all came into fruition because we lost Macklin to an injury. And then, I don't know if maybe Sabin could be.
Josh returns.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah. And then we
could have put that in the title now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Really fast. Happy birthday, belated, to Speedball and Ref Allison, who has a pretty cool Twitter account and posted a really nice picture of just like the ring and everything, like the setup. I think I sent it to you, and I was like,
"Yeah, you kind of totally set this up for me too, because I."
Oh wait, sorry, one more. Lacey Von Erich today, birthday. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Just that referee Allison. I see her. I don't know. Someone had put out there that it was her birthday, and I saw that. I wished her happy birthday, but I also said, "Good job at Slammiversary with their, doing the refereeing gig with Impact at Slammiversary," and she liked what I said, so that was pretty cool.
But one thing is, somebody Alan in the group asked, not PJ, the other Alan, is she new? And I was like, I don't think so. I mean, she's new, but she's not like crazy new. Am I wrong?
She's somewhat new for Impact, but I had seen her in other the indie scene. I believe it was either I want to say Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I believe that's where I first noticed her. So seems like Impact's doing a lot of recruiting. That's where Zicky Dice had been known to wrestle. That's where Chris Bay had been known to wrestle. I don't know. I'm sure there was a few other ones that we got from there too. So looks like we're doing some scouting on the West Coast for some of our talent, or in this case, we probably are forced to because of lack of talent due to North and South snatching up everyone.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm really angry because I can't find where the goddamn thing is in my group, which I just kind of pointed out was such an amazing group. But okay, Sunday, August 27th is Emergence. So there you go. And then Multiverse is August 20th. Oh, Jesus, it's 7 days off? Multiverse is August 20th. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing it'll be at both of the shows.
I just hope any talent that does show up at that show, they just do not get hurt because it'll leave them really short, short talent-wise come Emergence. That's my only problem with that.
They did announce one match already, Speedball and Takahashi, I believe. Not Tanahashi.
They did. I think they did.
Versus Leo and Trey Miguel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I did see something.
I like that one. And Okay. Oh, yeah, you got the Mike Bailey All-Star thing. Sorry, we got a lot. Okay, well, really fast. Let me just get into the Scott thing, which is probably going to take up a lot of time at some point. But I didn't like any of this. I looked around. The best it got was like a C. And, I mean, you're going to have to believe me on this one, but if you're a writer for a website, nobody bashes promoters. Like, in terms of like certain things like wrestling or whatever. I don't know. But at least I feel like people kind of went easy on Scott. And I know I'm sure people will disagree with that, but I feel like people went easy on Scott where it was like, yeah, this was fun. It didn't hurt anyone. And I'm like, F that. It did hurt someone. It was a 13-minute match that a lot of people called a television match, and it didn't belong here. And the worst part of it for me was, is it even over? Because the whole goddamn feud was about Scott and Bully and who got pinned in the match. Eric Young pinned Diener.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they went back to that feud.
I think what did save this somewhat, well, not somewhat, a decent amount in terms of being like kind of almost like, skippable or whatever was the re-debut or re-return of EY. Just because like I heard a lot of people say for a while, oh no, he's WWE bound, and I'm like, nah, I'm not so sure that he's not or Scott's in his ear and he's going to return, and it just feels good to be right about something like that.
Yeah, I think I kind of nailed this one. I said after watching last week and then looking at different things, the way Scott said it was like, can you come back to life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I felt like there was nobody else that fit except EY. Like nobody died. You know what I mean? He literally died on Impact. It was like, it's not a joke. Like it's not a joke. Like he was murdered off by, what's his name? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You remember who the hell was it? Diener. Diener stabbed him in the chest, and you know what I mean? It was like, you're dead. That's it.
Well, I think it's kind of interesting coming out of this. Like somebody had thrown out the idea that like maybe we see Jake something reteaming with Diener and throwing Khan out of whatever the design.
Yeah. Well, we will. Oh yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, make a lot of sense. It'd be kind of like the Dieners, but like in a much different, like different fashion. Not a couple of redneck cousins or whatever, kind of like your Briscoes or whatever.
Yeah. My only problem with, I mean, I can't even. I love Eric Young, man. He's one of my favorites, like of all time, like ever. Literally ever. He's one of my favorites of all time. Like that's why I think that's how good this guy is. Like he's up there with me with Kurt Angle because I just love guys who have the insane ability to do great like comedy and wrestling. But that's how I really feel about him.
Yeah, yeah, I can see how.
One more time if you missed it. Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, he did this like a year ago. He left and he came back, and like I just read an article about like this is the right choice, and he it's where he wanted to be. But like, come on, really? How am I supposed to believe that when this happened a year ago and then he went right back? And I don't know, but I guess I should just shut up and be happy we have him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how many more years Eric will keep doing it. But I'd like to see him retire Impact or at TNA/Impact, kind of go out on on his own accord and like kind of like just ignore that he ever went to the WWE.
Yeah, something random popped up for me today, and it was a rumor that I remembered that Dixie Carter slept with AJ Styles. It was actually AJ Styles and other people, if you remember or whatever. But that was a real thing. I mean, Booker T he basically said it like, she would throw MILF parties and stuff. And it just got me thinking, like, nobody knows any of that as a fact. No one's ever said anything, but Scott is sleeping with a talent and nobody gives a shit. But whatever. We're going to move on now to... You've got mail. Oh, it's my favorite time. We didn't get to it last week. Okay. Mailbag question. Love the show and your group. Oh, shut up over there. Hey, fucking commercials. How many commercials? Everything in life. You put it down for a second, you get a 40-second commercial. The hell was that? I got sounds coming from everywhere now. All right. Mailbag. Love your show and your group. It's nice to see a podcast do more than just make videos and beg for money. My question is, can I be the third man on your podcast? This is Trent. I've asked a few times. You're never responding to me. Please get back to me. Okay, Gary, I guess I'll take this one. Thanks for the kind words. But knowing you're a piece of shit, on top of knowing you're a piece of shit, we don't deal with anyone from AAW Pro. There's a reason that promotion only has one women's match, if any, each show. Nobody feels comfortable there. You can look into this. It's a whole real story. But yeah, F you, Trent, and your fans and your friends and whatever. You're a quitter. You and Kyle, you clowns. I took you out. And let's move on to Slammiversary now. I said my overall grade. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Okay, let's do numbers since we already did letters on that thing. I'm going to go with 8.2. And to me, that's bad because it's Slammiversary. And I feel like every Slammiversary I've ever seen was like a 9 point something.
Oh, yeah, that's totally fair. I definitely would put it in that 8 range. Maybe I'll go a couple points higher, give it like an 8.4. But yeah, it totally wasn't that Slammiversary that, you know, you'd remember for like months after. Like, I mean, it wasn't nothing. There wasn't nothing that wasn't like, there was nothing horrible. I thought everything was really solid to really good. But like, even some of the big moments were kind of predictable. Maybe not like Jake something, but like, I think we all kind of figured Nick Aldis wasn't going to stay around. I think we all surmised that it was probably EY, especially with Scott making that, you know, very, detailed comment the week before. Yeah. And I don't know, there just wasn't, for me, I think the biggest thing happening at this pay-per-view was the return of a walking weapon, only because I was wondering when they would pull the trigger on bringing him back, and no better time than Slammiversary.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it, but I don't know. I feel like they could have, I don't know, maybe saved it for tapings or something. Like, I'm not too into Josh Shelley. You know what I mean? Like, they're both faces, first of all.
Well, the sad thing is they've already faced, and walking weapons already defeated them. So, I mean,
yeah, I just posted that match. And Impact posted it today, like, as a reminder.
And it's fine and all, but like, I don't know, you kind of lean towards like he's just returning, and you're not gonna expect Josh. I don't know. I just get this feeling we might see a heel Josh.
Yeah, okay, that would make sense. And I gotta say, man, Josh not being on a huge pay-per-view, it's such a goddamn hole. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just getting this feeling.
Like, I was looking at, I was ready for, you know. Sorry, do you know what last year's main event was? Josh versus EY.
Okay, yeah, I think I.
And how about this?
Remember that? And
then it was a Queen of the Mountain match with Mickie James as a special enforcer. I mean, this was stacked. This was Impact Originals versus Honor No More. A Monsters Ball match with Sammy and Moose, which I think you mentioned. An Ultimate X match. Like, this show only had the Ultimate X. Like, last year's, Jesus, they had a reverse battle royal, which I forgot about. Like, and if you go on their Facebook, they are always posting gimmick matches. You know what I mean? So, like, it's so backwards to me. It's like they know what fans like, and now that they're not doing it anymore.
But my thing is, going into this, I kind of like looked at that card, and I was telling myself, you know, in my mind that I go, this is like really. I mean, I'm surprised we got that many fans in attendance with this card.
You know what the year before was? The main event. Sami Callihan versus Kenny Omega.
Oh wow!
And the match before that, Deonna Purrazzo versus Thunder Rosa.
Oh wow! Yeah. That's what I mean.
Like, Josh won Ultimate X, which I kind of don't remember. But there was also an intergender match, a 4-way tag team match. Okay, not much there, but I mean, it was Kenny Omega. He sold that show himself.
Well, that's the thing. I kind of feel like maybe this is like how the domino effect finally caught up with Impact,
Yeah.
especially for their big show.
Yeah,
Because
that's fair.
going into this, like we didn't have the quality, like we didn't have your Kenny Omegas, we didn't have your Thunder Rosas. I don't know, just to name a few, in that vein. And I mean, and then we didn't have like Pentagon no more, or Ray Phoenix, and you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, the thing, like
it,
one, like they were kind of dropping one by one, and now we're like finally seeing. And again, this
yeah,
is
we
something
no longer have.
again, this is something I've been arguing with Larry about. He's like, you complain about everything. He's like, why you promote it and do these things? And I'm like, because it feels like it was so not long ago when things were awesome. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, virtually we've lost the decay now too. Like they're now considered jobbers, and you know what I mean. It's
They
kind
lost
of
Rosemary. I mean, they need
yeah.
names, and they decide to change Rosemary. I mean, that's possibly the worst timing in the history of life. Also, nobody cares about. I don't even know, but I can't remember Courtney Rush. I mean, Alan first said it in the room. Like, I don't know Courtney Rush. I don't know anything about the character. Nobody does, unless you're a Canadian, who followed her in independent stuff. And who cares? It means nothing. She's probably the biggest star they have. And just looking at her face, people know her. And now she's not even there. They have someone else who people might not even realize is the same person. And she lost. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, they got the win. Her with Jody Threat on the pre-show.
Yeah, that match surprisingly was pretty entertaining for being.
I was gonna say not terrible.
Yeah, it was really surprising. Like, I don't know if it's because Jody Threat kind of like had the fans into it, because she's really over where Windsor, I guess, is where.
And Giselle did a nice job. I give her shit, but Giselle has gotten so much better in the ring than from when she started. I mean, obviously, I guess it helps being on. I mean, I guess it helps being on TV like every week and getting world title matches and being in there with Deanna all the time. But she's gotten better, so I respect that. And I thought they should win this match. And I usually never say that about a Giselle match. And one thing I hate is how they treat Savannah Evans like a goddamn joke when she could be a monster.
Yeah, because like it seems like every time when she gets in Habik's or Jessica's face, she always meets the short end of the stick.
Yeah,
like she gets knocked.
She's like a total joke. But whatever, let's get through this.
Like
we don't want to spend
like a buffoon.
Yeah, I don't want to spend 10 hours on every match, so we're gonna have to get through this a little faster. So okay, Kenny King defeated. Okay, there was 5 title changes, which is. I was trying to like talk to people about this. Like, if you think Scott has really great booking before this show, then 5 title changes kind of proves otherwise. I feel. Is that stupid or just anti-Scott? You know what I mean? Like,
no, they definitely did. I don't know if it was just because like they have a plan to like redo everything, because like they know.
I feel like they didn't have a plan, and now they do.
Yeah,
you can just tell that going by the Sabin match, which again maybe he's hurt and we're totally wrong, but like I went back and forth on that like 10 times. I was like, oh my god, that's so interesting. Like you usually don't see things like that in a pay-per-view. And then I was like, wait a second, did they give the X Division 1 minute because Scott needed 12 minutes? And I started freaking out about that, but I doubt that was the reason. Also, no matches went over 17 minutes, which I don't know. I think you should have like 120, 25-minute match in there. The longest match, it was Eddie Kaz, which I was actually shockingly, again, one of my favorite matches of the night. And I usually don't like long one-on-ones, but these guys were awesome. They're old school. They have great chemistry, and it was just really good.
I think a lot of it, maybe with the shortness of the wrestling matches, is a lot of the talent aren't really wrestling heavy. I mean, you got your Jonathan Grisham, your Mike Bailey's, your returning Josh Alexander's, but currently you really don't have really a lot of talent that are really technically sound and high flying so much right now. And I don't know if it's like about a pacing thing. And
that's fair. I mean, the short match was well, no, actually it wasn't short. The shortest match was 9 minutes on the main show, and just we mentioned Kenny King defeated Hendry. Hendry's over as hell. Kenny King, I love so much. He just feels fresh. I don't know why I keep saying the word fresh, but that's how he feels.
I totally think this was the right decision to move the belt over to Kenny King. But my only problem with this is I kind of feel like Impact Creative is kind of holding Kenny back, like he can wrestle circles around Hendry, and looks like to me it looks too obvious because his days in ROH he was doing a lot more high flying stuff, and then lately he's been kind of having to rely on
kind of like what you said,
Sheldon Jean.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like what you said. I think like they don't have. I don't know. Can Joe Hendry really hang with Kenny King if they like go crazy?
No, totally
That's
not.
what I mean. Like Kenny King's like an awesome wrestler. Like he's probably one of the top wrestlers, top 5 maybe. But like you don't get to see that because he's not in. And again, I don't like him in the digital. I mean, I don't know. I like him having a title because he'll be a dick about it. But the Digital Media Championship is like, I don't know, kind of a joke title. Maybe he could change that. And sorry.
Did you catch how Kenny King won? He had his feet held on the rope for a 3.
Yeah, I gotta say, a lot of ref issues. A lot of referee issues tonight. One of them literally just walked out during the match, and I hope that guy gets fired. That is not right, kayfabe. You know what I mean? Who just leaves? Who just leaves during a match? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Are you talking about the? Are you talking about
the Scott match when McCarty took over?
Oh yeah, somebody
the
said
ref just walked out like fuck.
They said something about that he's a referee, but he's not really a commissioned referee or something.
Oh god, are they gonna change that? And the match didn't count. Oh god. Oh god. Why'd you just say that? Okay. Kushida, new #1 contender after. To the X Division title after defeating Alan Angels, who looked really damn good, and we've been pushing for a while. Jonathan Gresham, Kevin Knight, who you've been talking about, and I totally agree, man. This guy has it. New Japan guy. He's young. He's so fun to watch. And then Mike Bailey was in the match also, who might have did the craziest shit in this match.
Oh yeah, definitely. He had the fall or maneuver of the pay-per-view for me. Before we got to this match, though, they showed a video package highlighting 21 years of the Ultimate X.
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
Which was pretty, nostalgic for this Impact fan.
Yeah, and that's one thing I like. That's one thing I love. Like, they usually always go back to the Ultimate X. And I love that. I just wish there was, like, one more on a show. Like, one more gimmick match. Like a Monsters Ball. And we were talking before the show started. Like, they usually always have a crazy hardcore match. Or they did until like recently. Like I thought they overdid it. Like that would always be like, oh, what's the gimmick match going to be? Oh, a Tommy Dreamer hardcore match. I'm like, oh god.
Well, there's no reason why we couldn't have another combat match between Joe Hendry and Kenny King. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like
make that a goddamn pay-per-view thing.
Yeah,
they're all .com matches for the title or something. I'd be cool with that. But whatever. I'm a gimmick freak, and really happy with Kushida, and then. Really happy with Kelly and Masha defeating the Coven, even though I thought the match wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Like, I don't know. Kelly and Masha didn't. Maybe it's because they're literally brand new and never teamed together, and I thought maybe this was a little too fast. Like, they could have had like a, you know what I mean? They could have had like a back and forth, like where like one of them would, the other one would cost each other, and it would go on for like a little. But they just quickly won.
Oh yeah, well, coming out of this match, I was very impressed with Kylie King on this match.
She's been great. Yeah.
She did some really pretty, kind of like did some things like the double knees into the corner turnbuckle, kind of like a Taya Valkyrie. So I kind of feel like she's kind of like filling the void that Taya left for the knockouts. So
she's very, very good. I can actually see her like in the main event scene. But that's another thing. All 4 of these girls can be ladies can be in the main event scene, you know. And like I don't know, like I feel like it's a problem like right now because who is Trinity gonna face if Deanna's not around? When you got I know Kelly and Masha and Taylor and Kylene, like
we're kind of like back, like kind of like exchanging ideas on what they're gonna do, like on social media there and Messenger, and I'm like, yeah, he's got a point because like I mean, how do you the bar's only been set so high, And from here, anything less than what she's had to encounter so far is going to be anything, much less at a
I
much.
mean, we've had Deanna and Jordan for so long, and like they're two of the best and just out there. Like, you know what I mean? They can make anyone look awesome. And I don't know if Trinity has that power, and even if she does, who's it going to be against right now?
The only thing I can think of is like maybe a returning Mickie James, and maybe possibly Mercedes Monet or however it's pronounced.
Yeah, I actually thought Mercedes would have came out during the match or something, but I think she definitely could have, and she decided to not overshadow her friend because she would have. She's a fucking Jedi. She's a motherfucking Jedi.
I didn't know if I didn't know if you noticed too. I sent you an instant messenger. I sent that Tamina Snuka was actually backstage for the Trinity.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, don't know much about her other than wasn't she in Impact for a while? Or am I thinking of someone
Tamina?
else? Yeah, I might be thinking of someone else.
I'm not sure. Yeah, you might be thinking of maybe a distant cousin or something.
So really quick, EY, because I read it before and I don't want to forget. Supposedly he asked for his release because it sounded like he thought he would be working with Triple H, and then Vince kind of returned and he was like, "Oh fuck this old guy." At least that's a story he told.
Yeah, so, which makes a lot of sense because we all know he was kind of a, if you will, a Triple H guy.
Yeah.
And Vince is very, isn't Vince, he's not really much for the older wrestler?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think Vince only likes hot women and, Roman Reigns.
Plus, to be fair, I feel like Vince McMahon really has a thing against anybody that's formerly of TNA.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm still shocked they pushed Cody so much, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Alan. My theory on how EY is back from the dead. Recently, we've seen the Undead Realm change Havoc to Jessica and Rosemary to Courtney, so Diener leaves EY for dead. Now, this was before Rosemary changed. She finds EY along with Steve. They take them to Father James Mitchell, who brings EY to the Undead Realm to be healed. He was healed. But when he returned, it was a previous version of EY, the Team Canada version. He says, I know, crazy, but it's consistent with, and I mean, it kind of did it. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense, no?
Yeah, it definitely fits into the theme of Impact in the last few years. They like that Undead Realm, and this would be pretty cool. I'd love to. I mean, if anybody could
imagine EY. Imagine EY has no memory of anything. You know what I mean? Like they could mention like the sickness and all, and he'll just be like, "What?" Like you know what I mean? Like I'm Team Canada. What are you doing? Team Canada for life, you know?
Did you say BJ came up with that?
Oh no, that was Alan Shrage or Shraj. I'll never get that right.
Good, man. That's good.
Kind of shocking because he's usually more Could they be setting up Kushida versus Sabin? He asked. And yes, right.
What's that?
He asked, could they be setting up Kushida versus Sabin?
They very well could be. I do know that they. I don't know. We're like a three-way tag team at one point too, and then there's that storyline out there.
Yeah. Again, if anyone doesn't know, Shelley and Kushida were the time splitters. So I'm thinking Sabin, maybe you know what I mean. Kushida kind of gets in the middle of them with his number one contender thing.
Yeah, and plus there's kind of like a jealousy factor there because are we better as Sabin and Shelley, or are we better as Kushida and Shelley? You know what?
Yeah. This is from Mal James. Love the ref switch. I did not on that one, but Leo squashed him. Wow. Yeah, I mean, okay. What were your thoughts on that one?
Leo.
Yeah, he said Leo squashed him, but I mean, all right. So if you didn't see the match, Sabin is walking in, and Leo Leo kicks him in the head before the match starts, and I feel like it wasn't heelish enough. You know what I mean? Because it was more like Sabin wasn't ready, which I put on Sabin, and I kind of wish it was more heelish, where he attacked him in a different way. I don't know.
I mean, I kind of feel like Saban was conflicted going into this match because he really doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
fair.
if he's ever wrestled him before, and I just kind of feel like I don't know if you remember Rocky 3 when Rocky was kind of heading into his match where with
Yeah,
Mr.
totally.
T didn't know a damn thing about him, kind of
Yeah.
like got a little full of himself a little bit.
I just wish they
as the
played it up a
champion.
little more, like pre-match.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
have
but
like Saban talking shit.
I think it's legitimate in a way though too, because like it looked like Leo Rush hit him really hard with a tope suicida, and
Yeah.
it looked like it really jarred him, and looked like he never really recovered from that.
Yeah. So I mean, I was mad, like that it was so short or whatever.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
first I was like, oh, that's a cool, interesting match, like a way to do it, and it keeps the feud going. But now Chris Saban wasn't at the tapings, which worries me a little. I mean, maybe he was
it
like
did
back,
me.
maybe he's selling it, maybe he's backstage. We'll get to the things in a minute. We're gonna have to pick it up here because we're up to 40 minutes already and halfway through the card. So, got to mention Jake Something popped in the X match. I love Jake Something. A lot of people love Jake Something, but I'm pretty sure most of us agree nobody wants him in the X division.
No.
I mean, Larry asked me yesterday, like, how do you explain the X division? And like a lot of people did it, and then I was like, okay, Jake Something doesn't fit, right? And like whoever I was talking to agreed, like, no, not at all. Like Kushida, Angels, Gresham, Knight, Bailey, and then you got 8-foot Jake Something in there. Whatever. I mean, I love Jake Something, but like anywhere else, he could have fit in like so many different spots they could have put him in. So,
Yeah,
but whatever.
or Sheldon Jean or somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Totally,
Vision
Sheldon
look,
G.
yeah.
Exactly. I mean, then save Jake for something else. Like they didn't need that, and it's been quickly forgotten. I haven't seen anyone talking about Jake Something. But whatever. Okay, so I mean,
I'm just gonna say he'd be good in like an enforcer kind of
exactly.
story.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. I swear, we're starting to think the same thing sometimes, which is kind of creepy. But yeah, bring him in as an enforcer for, I can't think of who the hell would need it right now, but anyone, and it would make them a legit champion type. You know what I mean? Having that monster out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the Kelly Masha thing. I love that they're champions. I think this is the coolest goddamn thing they've done in years. I just didn't love the match. That's all. So, and then the Team Canada. I think we talked enough about that. I don't know what.
Yeah, we mentioned Eddie Edwards and Kazarian match already.
Yeah, that was fantastic. The Leo Rush match, that was quick. We don't know what's going on there. And then the tag team match, which I thought was one of my favorites, and then a lot of people said it was a real mess. What did you think? Subculture, new champions.
Well, I'm not really surprised they walked out with the titles because last time around they came very close to beating the Motor City Machine Guns, wasn't it?
Was it once or twice? I think it was twice, but I could be wrong. It was definitely once where they went with the Motor City.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Was it Motor City Machine Guns or Ace and Bay?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I think they've had matches against both, haven't they?
Yeah, possibly.
On TV, and like they came up close or came up short both times. So and then we
sorry, here you go. Here you go. It was announced Subculture made their debut at Under Siege, challenging ABC, marking Andrews' return after 6 years. They failed to win the titles, and then Andrews and Webster lost to the Motor City Machine Guns. But these were both awesome matches where they easily could have won. And they were probably the most. I think they were easily the most impressive guys in that match yesterday. I mean, ABC is close, but like they are so good. These guys, holy shit.
Well, and then when we found out that they were, I guess it was announced about via PW Insider that a lot of these talents like Leo Rush.
Oh yeah, did you see that bullshit?
Yeah, they're all like kind of on some kind of.
I feel so bad if anyone pays for this stuff. It says they're on some kind of a contract. Like, fuck you. I can say that. You get paid for this? Get the hell out. There's no facts in that at all.
Yeah.
No facts. Oh, that makes me so. It makes me so mad.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe they
can pay for that.
Yeah, I know.
And then guess what? We can find out months from now. No, they didn't have contracts. That's just something we heard, and that's wrestling news, and I hate it so much. And whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got Subculture looked awesome. ABC looked really good. I love Moose and Myers, but now I'm thinking like they have too many tag teams, and like because we need Sammy and well, Sammy is he got I don't want to say overweight, but yeah, Sammy's overweight. He needs to get in shape before he gets back in the main event scene. But I mean Moose, I think I might have to pull the plug on Moose and Myers just because we need Moose in the main event scene right now.
Yeah, and like didn't I want to say
and there's
Moose,
kind of enough tag teams at this point.
and didn't Moose and Myers get a win over Rick?
Yeah, that's the thing they did. Yeah, I mean they got
that Thursday
they're the only team.
before.
They're like the only team that got like a win. So like I think they're gonna stick
Yeah.
with them. But I don't know. Maybe you can have Myers kind of like be his manager when he's not tagging or whatever. Okay, so then Trinity Deanna. I thought this was very, very good, like most Deanna matches, and Trinity did a very good job, like I've been saying since she's come along. I didn't think she was as good as she's been showing.
Who's that? Trinity?
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was Deanna tapping, which is maybe just an old school thing to me. I don't, you know. What do you think?
Yeah,
do you think tapping is always worse than getting pinned, or does it matter by, is it?
Well, I mean, in Deanna's case, I feel like it's kind of demeaning a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what I thought.
I've ever known Deanna to tap. It's kind of like
Exactly what I thought.
to me. It was always when, like, I remember. I mean, Angle was always awesome, no lie. But it was the booking that WWE used to do, like when Hulk Hogan would wrestle. I mean, even in his older age, I'm sorry, but you don't ever have a Hulk Hogan tap to Kurt Angle. You know what I mean? Even if he gets he got pinned, I'd get it.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt. Or make it a situation where, man, I don't know how to explain it, but like Kurt Angle he was close to like literally ripping people's fucking arms off. So they had to tap out. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to save their own lives. Like it was kind of, but I mean, even that, no, I wouldn't want that either. She should have I think it should have been a roll up or something. Give Deanna respect. She's carried the goddamn division for years. And I didn't like that. I don't know. Maybe she's leaving. She wasn't at the tapings. That sucks. And I don't know.
Well, it could be another way you could have booked it too. Is kind of made it controversial. Trinity gets the win, but there could be some discrepancy. Like you could argue that didn't really win, even though she got the 3 count. Or
there could be a bunch of things. This could bring out Psycho Deanna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so that could be a thing. So I'm not trying not to freak out too much, even though I love Deanna so goddamn much. I'm a little worried now looking at the main event scenes without Deanna and Jordan, if that's for real, and Nick Aldis, who stopped by for a few months. I gotta say, I didn't really give 2 shits about him once he turned face or heel, and like I just wasn't into this. I didn't care that much about this match, and I've seen people say it was the match of the night, and it might have been, but like I just wasn't that into it, you know.
Shelley and Aldis, they said was a match of the.
Yeah.
If it was, I would say it's probably about 9/10 of it is probably because of Alex Shelley.
Oh yeah, that's fair. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that came from, Christian Thompson, who, well, I'm not going to be able to pull this up in time, but they write reviews for a site. It's a cool site, and they are part of our group, which is nice. And, I always post their stuff, and they're a very cool person and hell of a writer, and I couldn't even imagine writing as long stuff as they do. But, I think they mentioned that was their favorite match. And I was kind of surprised, but I've seen. I mean, if you look at any list of the top matches, like everyone's is different. Like, what was yours? The
Ultimate X.
Ultimate X
with the Bailey thing, and
I think you're the first person that I've seen that picked that one.
It was cool, and I think to actually throw in Jake something or returning Jake something, which we'd all been asking for, and to actually get it is kind of like a gift to all of us fans. It was pretty cool to see all that happen, and it's just unfortunate he didn't get a bigger pop, or is somewhat of a pop. And I noticed during the Alex Shelley Nick Aldis match that when he did the Texas Cloverleaf, is that what it is?
Yeah.
When he did that, it's kind of
the
very
old Dean Malenko move.
Yeah, it's very sharpshooterish, and I'm surprised the fans didn't shit all over it because it's a Bret Hart move. You know what I mean? Like being from Canada, like I would have thought they would have bagged on Nick over that, and they didn't really have much of a reaction to it, which was kind of proves my point how the fans were kind of in and out of it throughout the night. For me, it was kind of a bummer for the talent because I thought, everybody.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. Also, you didn't mention do your whole thing about the setup and what you think should have been different.
Oh yeah, aesthetically the way it looked on my computer screen is where I watched it, and I just thought the themes were kind of like really too dark for cameras. They did a good job of shooting the crowd and getting some color out there on the crowd, but like if you look in the back corners, I mean, other than that one somewhat small, like cheaper looking Tron, there was a kind of about middle of the like hard camera side. Uh, it was pretty all right, but like I want some flashy stuff for Slammiversary. I know we're kind of on a budget and everything, but
Yeah.
I know Slammiversary is another monster. You know what I mean? It's like it's a
Yeah,
once
I
a year.
agree. I used to always argue with Gary about this. I was like, "Come on, man, I'll buy it next." Maybe it was in my head. I was just thinking, like, relax. Enough talking about the
Yeah.
stupid ass how things look. But yeah, it's really important.
Well, I mean,
And
we have one more chance to redeem ourselves with what some people consider the granddaddy of Impact, which is Bound for Glory. So maybe some
yeah,
justification in that shape or form come that pay-per-view.
yeah. Okay. Really quick, gonna do spoilers now because we're at 50 minutes and we don't have much time. So let me just run through them. If you don't like spoilers, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's why we dropped the podcast shirt of the week, because we wanted to break down the happenings from the historical Slammiversary.
Also, if we didn't mention, thank you everyone out there for the views we've been getting lately. It's been awesome. And we don't even have to go live like a bunch of hookers to get them. So, spoilers. Alan Angels defeated Crazy Steve. I don't even know if you saw that one, but yeah, there you go with your whole jobber thing with them. Joe Hendry and Yuya. Oh my God, is that a new team? How many tag teams we have now? Defeated Kenny and Sheldon. Courtney Rush defeated Savannah Evans. Wow, look at that. I didn't even read that one. Jesus.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that Yuya one, because like it gives them some kind of a victory.
Yeah.
For, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it gets with Joe Hendry, who's super over. So Courtney Rush defeats Savannah Evans. I didn't even see that one, but Jesus, that's like exactly what I was talking about. Don't have Savannah wrestle then. She shouldn't be losing all the time. She's a monster. Here's a shocking one that we both are gonna like. Dirty Dango defeated Santino. That's probably gonna be fun. That's probably gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Subculture retained in the rematch against Ace and Bay. Jake Something defeated Kevin Knight. Now that could be a blast if they do it correctly. Yeah. Have Kevin as the flippy guy and Jake as the big guy. I just hate that he's in the goddamn X division. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
The thing is, it's too bad that Kevin Knight's not actually signed to Impact, because I see a lot of huge potential.
Yeah. Oh, totally. But I mean, he's there so much. I feel like he kind of is in a way, at least. Yeah. So here's a nice one. Eric Young defeated Nick Aldis. A dead guy defeated a guy who already's gone. I don't like this. Zach Wentz defeated Mike Bailey.
Or a wrestler whose career is already dying.
Yeah. I don't like Zach Wentz defeating Bailey, man. It's like 2 weeks in a row Wentz is getting these big wins over people, and like, I don't know why. Like, what has he done to deserve to defeat Mike Bailey? Is it the fact that he's dating Gigi Nolan? If it is, then okay, that's fair. What else? Okay, Trinity and Danny Luna defeated the Coven, which I hate. I mean, give the Coven some respect, man. They were just champs, and why would Trinity need that win? What are they booking her like Hogan or something? She's gonna win the tag titles now. She just showed up. Okay, now. Okay, these are kind of painful. This is only gonna get worse now. So Giselle Shaw defeated Masha, which, oh my God, it makes me angry just reading those words. I mean, Masha is like the thing right now. Masha and Kelly are like the hot act. Don't have them fucking lose. It's that simple.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was pushing for Masha for months. Like, all she was doing for a while was losing, like, all the close matches.
Kelly too. We would freak out about it all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Give Kelly a win, damn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we even had her lose in Wrestle Unite last.
Oh yeah, she lost everything. Yeah, she lost against somebody random on. I forget who it was. I don't even remember who that was. Was it Danny Luna? I'm not sure, but it was Trinity and Danny Luna defeated the Coven, which I don't like. Then we have Loser Leaves Impact. This one's pretty obvious. Johnny Swinger defeated Zicky Dice, so we still got Swinger, no Dicky Dice. Also, I think it's very funny that he's being called a star on every headline today. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, nobody's ever called
yeah.
Zicky Dice a star unless he's leaving Impact and they want to make Impact look stupid.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's headed down south, maybe to be added to ROH or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what Zicky does, to be honest. I mean, I know he's like a big indie guy and he's like big on that. Maybe he'll just do his own promotion. Okay, then the Time Splitters, Kelly and Kushida defeated Moose and Myers, which is interesting. I guess that could lead to the whole, Saban thing, like where the hell's Saban or whatever. And then Tommy Dreamer and Darren McCarty defeated Shira and Champagne Singh because God hates me.
Yeah, you get positive with the possibly them ditching the comedy with Zicky and Swinger, and then they bring Dreamer back for you, Jay.
Yeah, that's a real kick.
I also heard something else. I don't know how true it is. Somebody was saying something about a Johnny Bravo return or something. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. Why would you do this? It's the end of the podcast. We just had a nice time together and you're ruining it. Oh, I mean, I think we mentioned this in the past, or someone did, or I mentioned that somebody else mentioned it, that it does seem like the Swinger thing should end up against him. You know what I mean? Like the referee, the former referee. I hate that it makes sense, but it does, and it's probably going to happen. So, also, Tommy Dreamer had a match like this last time, and it wasn't aired anywhere. So, like, maybe that'll be like a Monday, one of those Monday. What do you call it? Monday, whatever the hell it is.
Oh yeah, main event kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking I'm not freaking out too much about Dreamer because maybe it might not even make the air. So, and that's all I got, and we got about a minute left if you want to.
No, all I got to say is if you haven't got to see it yet, you can get it on Fight. I don't think they lowered the price, which I don't understand with it being almost a week old. Why you wouldn't consider taking at least $5-10 off it and make a lot of sense. But you could do worse for this pay-per-view. It's definitely, as Jay said, it's not one of the better Slammiversaries. But the wrestlers give their all, and why not support the cause?
Well said. And that's about it. That's about it for this week. Hopefully I can get some better sounds going next time. Really annoyed that I don't have all kinds of wacky sounds going on, but I'm going to figure that out. And thanks for all the thanks for all the views and follows, and we'll be back next week.
Catch you.